What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another Simply Reliable Studios watch along presentation as I, the renegade of wrestling, JJ Williams, and Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz are here to do tonight's NXT event from Center Stage in Atlanta, Georgia. We got a hot card tonight. The women definitely going to be dominating once again as they do. What is going on, Walter?
Nothing much. Yep, I'm happy about that. The women going. I hope the same celebrities that are on Raw, or even a lot of them, are in NXT, because I want them to show that NXT is just as important as Raw. Like, show these same celebrities. Like, I'm hoping they get that same support just to show how big NXT can be too.
That would be pretty dope. I'm not going to lie. Even if a fraction of them are
Mhm.
there, just at least give me like two.
Yeah.
Give me two. That's it. Only a two
Yeah.
count.
Or give me one that didn't show up. Give me Ti or somebody from Atlanta.
Jermaine Dupri,
Yeah.
Ludacris, somebody.
Usher, somebody from ATL.
I don't know if we want to bring Usher out with the whole Diddy thing still going down. Like
Right.
that may be a no go. But
Yeah, that's true.
bring out
But
the dude from Crisscross because I
right.
know one of them died like 10 years ago, but the other one is
Yeah.
still alive. So bring him out.
Yeah.
Have him in the crowd like we had Macaulay Culkin.
That's one of the biggest celebrity pops ever.
But like something. I definitely agree with you. It would go a long way to show that NXT is a huge brand.
Hmm. And I'm here for it. But let's get into it. We have a few segments that go on. Where do you want to start?
Yeah, I mean, we've got four matches and we've got the Grayson Waller effect. Three women's matches, one's men's match. Let's just knock the Grayson Waller effect out of the way. Let's get this segment out. You know, A Town Down Under going to host the NXT champion, the ruler of NXT, Obafemi. We were talking briefly about this before we came on the air. You thinking that someone's going to come out and issue a challenge to Oba. Definitely a possibility considering we're only about 2 weeks, 3 weeks away from Vengeance Day.
Hmm.
So definitely could get a challenge here to kind of set up a title match there. But I want to see Obafemi declare himself for the Royal Rumble. I was saying to you before we came on the air, I don't think we've ever had an NXT talent declare themselves for the Rumble. They've always just kind of been surprises.
Yeah. Hmm.
Let Obafemi be so cocky and arrogant that he's like, I'm already NXT champion. I'm declaring myself for the Rumble. I'm coming for Cody. I'm coming for Gunther. You think
He
about
definitely.
the name that Gunther made for himself in NXT UK and NXT, like the ruler versus the Reign General. That
Hmm.
could be some shit. That could be some fire.
Yep. Mention the big names, and Cody's from ATL. Say you're gonna go on to WrestleMania and beat Cody. Like, get it out there, because they're gonna get booed for saying that.
Exactly. But what are you thinking as far as this segment goes?
I think I'd rather see what you said and declaim the Royal Rumble, because I was thinking somebody's gonna come after him and challenge him. But then again, who's
So
got
who
the
would it be?
balls? That's the problem. Like, who's got the balls to come up and challenge this guy? Like, I
Well,
mean, then again, Eddie Thorpe did have some guts to challenge him. He didn't care. So,
and Tony D'Angelo seems to have the ruler's number. Like you could
uh-huh.
see Tony D coming out.
He did say something last Tuesday, so maybe he does want to be dual champion. But I don't know if we want to really revisit that again a third
It
time as
could
fans. But I wouldn't mind.
it could also be someone from TNA coming over now that this partnership is. This could be how you get the infamous Obafemi Moose match that everyone wants.
Hmm.
Is have Moose come over to challenge X Division champion versus NXT champion.
I would lose my shit if that happened. That's why I don't even want to put it out in the ether because it's like never say never though. It's 2025. If we've learned anything, it's that this sounds like a cliche, but it's true. You can never say never anymore.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing I tried to make Noah understand when we did Simply Predicting a week ago for Genesis.
Hmm.
Is like you can't say that it will never happen because 2024 proved to us that anything really can happen. And now that the partnership is kind of etched in stone in a multi-year deal, I was watching a video with Sean Ross Sapp today. He was talking with PCO. I think he said it was like a 2 or 3 year deal. That's why can't we see some of these bigger names, your Mooses and shit come over now?
It's true.
John Cena going to Impact isn't as far fetched as it seemed 2, 3 years ago.
All right.
Now
You
it
ever
seems
think
like it's something that could happen.
look within the company? When did you think CM Punk will go down to NXT? We've seen that. Like,
Well, honestly, if I'm being 100 about that, as soon as he came back, I saw that as something he was going to do because
hmm
one of his big complaints about AEW was he wanted to help the young talent, and the
hmm
young talent didn't want to listen to him. Your
hmm
Hangman Adam Pages and whatever, they thought they knew, and so they didn't
Yeah.
want to listen. Punk wanted to give back then. So
hmm
as soon as he came back to the company, I'm like, watch, he's going to go to NXT. He's going to share his knowledge, his experience, and he's going to prove what he was trying to tell AEW.
hmm
And the fact that NXT is whooping AEW in the ratings, like just throwing that out there. Apparently, Punk knows what he's talking about.
He does.
So, moving past this, let's go ahead and let's talk about the only other male segment that's been announced. Wes Lee Trick Williams. Now, I see shenanigans here. And I see shenanigans because we already know, because it's been taped, Ace Austin is fighting Wes Lee this week on Impact.
hmm
I see something happening here with Ace Austin to help set that up, using the live television to further the angle that's already been taped and canned. So I see an Ace Austin appearance here.
Yep.
If not the Rascals as a whole, possibly setting up Wes Lee, Tyson, and Tyreek versus Ace, Trey, and Zachary Wentz.
Yeah. I see it too.
Whether that's going to be Vengeance Day or on an episode of Impact, TBD. But I definitely see that happening sooner rather than later.
I agree. I agree. At the same time, I want Trick to lose, and it's because I want to see where do I go from here story because he seems to be lost in the path, and it's like, what if he can't find it in NXT, and you get Trick to be one of the NXT people that cross over to TNA? I couldn't find it in NXT, so let me see what I can do in TNA, and you like essentially have TNA borrow him for a while, like get him in some story, let him be a TNA guy for a little while because he couldn't find it anymore in NXT. He had to go find himself or something. I just want to see where that story goes to. So like a part of me wants Trick to kind of lose here.
I agree, but I also see whoever wins here potentially being number one contender to Oba.
Hmm.
And we all know Wes Lee is like ready for that next step. But Trick feels like he's deserving of that rematch. So this could be how they set up that match at Vengeance Day, which, if Trick wins here, frees Wes up for that 6-man tag that we mentioned.
Hmm. You're right. So there's a few
So
ways
if
you can
what
go with this.
and if Trick loses, then Wes would theoretically get Oba. That puts a halt in that 6-man. Unless you hotshot it and do Wes versus Oba on an episode of NXT TV, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you want to save that for the PLE. So,
Yeah, you want something to invest in there.
what's going on, Safet? Good to see you here tonight. So, the next match we'll go ahead and go to will be the Women's North American title. And you've got Shotzi challenging Fallon Henley. I love Shotzi. I got to see her on the Indies before she made her NXT debut, like right before October 2019,
Mm.
just before she crossed over. But Fallon is my girl, dude. Fallon can't lose yet. She just can't. If anybody from Shotzi's stable is going to defeat Fallon, I feel like it's got to be Gigi. That way, you can then go from Fallon to JC and have JC going after Gigi because of their history,
That makes
and
sense.
kind of keep it within the stable, but you move to the next person. So I like Shotzi, but I just feel like I almost feel like this isn't even going to get a legitimate result. You know, I think it's going to get schmozzy
Yeah,
with the fatal influence at ringside, with Gigi and um, Tatum at ringside.
kind of get thrown out. Yeah. Yeah, I see it more like that.
I don't know what the NXT Vault channel is. I heard nothing about that.
I have no idea what that is either.
No dirt sheets that I've heard talk about it. Nothing. What's your source, Safet? Cite it.
I'm an
Where is this channel? How do I get it? I know not of what you speak.
I'm an NXT head too. I ain't hear no
I've
rumblings.
been pretty much on and off online all day, whether it's YouTube stuff or going through socials. I've seen nothing. Okay, it's on YouTube apparently. So I
Okay.
wouldn't really call that a channel.
Yeah.
So next one we're going to talk about is one of the two women's tag matches. And we're going to do the Bayley one. And it's Bayley and Giulia versus Cora and Roxanne.
Look at that.
This is another one I can see some collusion coming in because we know Cora has been appearing on TNA television, interjecting herself when it comes to Masha Slamovich. Masha was there in the crowd scouting Cora in that fatal four-way to see who was going to get the shot at Fallon's North American title that Shotzi won. I definitely see Cora versus Masha happening here sooner rather than later, whether it's Vengeance Day or Sacrifice or the one from Full Sail, the live impact from Full Sail.
Hmm. Which I still
But
can't
at the
believe that they're doing that.
but at the same time here, despite all of that Cora stuff, we know Roxanne is more than likely getting called up to the main roster. You don't want Giulia to eat the pinfall here. She's your champ. So do you have Roxanne pin Bayley? That way they can then compete on Raw now that Bayley's a Raw girl. Do you have Roxanne eat the pinfall? This is another very open-ended matchup here that can go a lot of different ways, all of them with their own repercussions. If
Yep.
Cora gets pinned, why does she deserve a shot at Masha? If Roxanne gets pinned, how do you prove that she deserves and is ready to get up on the main roster? If Giulia gets pinned, whoever pins her deserves a shot at her.
Hmm.
The only one that can really eat the pin realistically is Bayley
Yeah.
because it's not going to hurt Bayley to get pinned. She's
No.
already established. She's putting over the new young talent. Giulia eats an L, but she doesn't get pinned, she remains strong because Bayley takes the fall.
Yeah, that's the safest bet to me. And if somehow you have Bayley pin Roxanne, then you're gonna have to have Roxanne in the Royal Rumble and eliminate Bayley so that you can further them or something. That's the only way you're gonna recover from that.
I already see that happening. I already saw Roxanne eliminating Bayley with the way the seeds have been planted on the story, anyways.
Yeah, definitely.
But if Bayley pins Roxanne here, that just adds more fuel for Roxanne eliminating her.
That's
So
true. I like when things can go multiple ways and we can't figure it out. That makes it the best.
definitely. And that's the way this entire Rumble is this year. That was one of the things we were discussing on the space today is there's so many possibilities. Last match we're going to discuss right now, the match that I hope is the main event. Yes, the Meta Girls, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, taking on Bianca Belair and Naomi for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. I know how I would fantasy book this match. I want to know your brain right now, Walter, because we were talking a little bit off air yesterday through chat about what we thought was going to happen,
Hmm.
and then we watched Raw. And then
Yeah.
we saw Liv and Raquel beat the champions. And now
Hmm.
got to figure they're in contention for a title shot. So do you put over Lash and Jakara here, who've kind of been dancing on SmackDown a little bit, help move them up to the main roster with it? Or do you let the champs retain and potentially drop the titles to Liv and Raquel? And I hate to say that.
I know. I can see the pain. Unfortunately, that's probably what they're gonna actually do, the latter. But I'd rather them drop it to the Meta Girls and then kick off the Attack Jade storyline. It's been going on too long with no clue. They just mentioned in passing here and there, no update, no update. I mean, we all pretty much think it's Naomi. Like, there's a couple of other possibilities, but like I say, like 80% chance that it's Naomi.
Everyone is saying it's either Naomi or it's Bianca. And a lot of
Mhm.
people are leaning towards Bianca, but I have been steadfast in
Mhm.
my belief that it has been Naomi from the jump.
Yeah.
And then Michael Cole last night mentions how Jade Cargill eliminated Naomi from the Rumble last year, which I had completely forgotten about. And it's like, what an opportune time to drop that little nugget of information, Cole.
Perfect timing.
And you factor in the fact that Jordan Grace is 99.99999% likely to make her official WWE debut at the Rumble. And who did Jordan Grace defeat for the Knockouts title at Hard to Kill last year?
Naomi.
Who did Jordan Grace hug when she came into the Rumble last year?
Naomi.
Jordan Grace has been her heater all along. Jordan
Yeah.
Grace technically attacked her, but she was set up by Naomi.
Yeah. That's a nice. Hell yeah.
That gets Naomi to turn heel. It gets Jordan Grace thrust onto the main roster in a huge storyline. What if, and I'll throw this out on Simply Predicting too. So if you're going to be there for that, it'll be a little rehash. But what if Jordan Grace wins the Rumble in her debut officially? Naomi wins the chamber.
Ooh,
Both women win the respective championships at Mania. And then we reveal that they were in cahoots with this attack all along.
that's beautiful storytelling, man.
And not only did they succeed, but now they are the dominant women on their brands.
Oh man, what if there's a third person involved in that shit?
Ah, that makes it too tricky, I think,
Yeah,
because it's who and why, and the
yeah.
puzzle pieces don't fit,
Mhm,
but they fit for Jordan and Naomi.
mhm.
That fits.
Yeah, and then that way you keep Bianca facing Bianca, and Jade can go after both of them. That move, if you extended it now, SummerSlam is too far. WrestleMania. What's right before SummerSlam?
Big, you've got either King of the Ring or Money in the Bank.
Yeah. So maybe you do it at one of those events. Cause
And if
stretching it.
Jordan Grace does not win the Rumble to go to Mania, she's winning the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah. I don't think a rookie has ever won the Rumble. That would be doing something totally out of pocket.
Well, it depends on what you consider a rookie.
Yeah.
Because whatever it was, 2018, when we had the first women's Rumble, technically everyone was a rookie. No one had ever entered it before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know how many years Asuka had been on the main roster at that point, but
Mhm.
technically she was a rookie because there had never been a women's Rumble.
True. Plus, this isn't Grace's first Rumble. Mm.
It would be her first as an active WWE competitor,
Yeah.
but and Jordan Grace is no rookie. She's been in the business for like 10 years.
Exactly.
So it's like, what is your definition of a rookie? You know what I mean?
True.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. True.
Roxanne Perez wouldn't be a rookie. She's been in the Rumble before. She's competed in WWE since '02 on the NXT brand.
Mhm.
Women's champion in Ring of Honor. She's not a rookie, even though she would be on the main roster now. She's a rookie in the sense that she came from NXT, but she's not a rookie.
It's better to say debut than rookie then. Yeah.
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 So again, like there's so many different ways we could slice this up, and every single one of them
Makes
leads
sense.
to great a great moment. Things like this are why I love the Rumble so much. Why, despite the fact that my birthday is in August and SummerSlam almost every year comes around my birthday, despite the fact that the WrestleMania is our Super Bowl, Rumble has been my favorite pay per view since I got into wrestling. Since
Yeah.
I saw my first one in real time back in 1999.
Wow, I'm jealous. I've never been to a Royal Rumble. That's one of the ones I
I
gotta
never
go
have
to.
been to one. It's
Uh,
just you got to figure I got into wrestling summer of 98. So the first one I
yeah.
actually watched as a fan, not going back and watching on videotape, was the 99 Rumble.
Ew, the one Vince McMahon one.
But it was in Anaheim, California.
Mhm.
So it was in my home area.
Yeah, that's awesome. Though. Yeah, Royal Rumble would be my favorite if King of the Ring wasn't in June and when I grew up, because I grew up broke as hell. My mom couldn't afford too much, but every year that was the simplest present ever. She would order King of the Ring for sure, and I would always watch it. So it's like I got that relationship with King of the Ring.
See, and I love
It,
King of the Ring too, but it's never
yeah,
been consistent.
yeah,
I like I said, I started watching 98. So 99 there was King of the Ring, 2000, 01, 02, and then it disappeared for a few years. And then it came back. Then it disappeared for a few years. Then it came
yeah.
back. Rumble has been consistent.
And they've had some questionable winners of the King of the Ring, like Billy Gunn. Anyone? Like, what the hell was the point of him winning
Hey, you know what?
it?
I still stand behind Billy. Billy could have been a breakout star had they not thrown him up against the Rock.
It was that promo that killed it. You're definitely right.
And to Christopher's point, you know how we were talking about rookies. Cora's never been in a Rumble match. You're absolutely right.
Hmm.
But she came from the indie circuit, so she's not a rookie. It's not
Yeah.
like she was a nil talent that came into the system through WWE, the Next in Line program. She had done work on the indies before. I believe her name was Elena Black, if I remember what Noah said properly. So she's not a rookie per se.
Yeah. So that's NXT. We got about a few minutes. If you maybe we should run the trailer and then people can get their drinks, get whatever they need,
That's
and
a
then by the
great
time,
idea because I
yeah.
was going to run to the restroom real quick, take me a Liaki
Yeah. All right. So
before
here's
things get
everything that's
started.
coming up on the Simply Reliable Studios.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Yes, we here at the Simply Reliable Studios are all about all the wrestling and other sports and other forms of entertainment. Oops, what am I doing? There we go. Ooh, woo, we both had to take a Liaki. We made it right on time.
Yep. And then, of course, we found out earlier today that apparently Logan Paul and Jake Paul are going to be fighting March 27th on Max. I'm sure that'll be added to the lineup once we get a more YouTube friendly image of it.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a publicity stunt or are they really gonna do this shit?
I
Cause
don't
hey, me
know
and my
because you
brother
got
have
to
fought
figure
before,
Logan Paul is probably going to be at WrestleMania less than a month from there. Can they risk him getting hurt fighting his brother?
right?
You know, I think we'll find, will Jake Paul be at the Rumble to start shit with Logan to kind of help set up some fuel for their fight?
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah. Are they really gonna go all out on each other too? It's so question. Like me and my brother have fought, like seriously fought. So, but
All right, it is just about that time. I'm trying to load up my stream here. For all you guys in the chat, we are not watching live on the CW. We are watching via alternative means. So if you are ahead of us, please do not spoil anything before we can react to it, call it.
right.
If anything, pause your TVs if you're watching it live until we catch up with you. That way you don't run the risk of spoiling anything for us.
Man, I keep wishing that that NXT got on a different network, but it is what it is.
All right, I got the then, now,
Now. Oh shit, we're perfectly in sync.
forever
Hell yeah.
together.
And the doom 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 doom.
And we are live in Atlanta, Georgia, ladies and gentlemen.
NXT. I gotta get to an NXT event live, damn
Come
it.
on.
I wonder what they're gonna start with. That's what I'm curious. I'm gonna assume it's Trick. Boom, boom, boom. There we go, getting a shot of the women that are challenging. Looking good. We're gonna start. Wow, with the Bayley tag team match. I was not expecting that. He got Giulia coming out first. NXT Women's Champion. Smart book ending. WWE, they're gonna bookend the NXT with tag teams.
Come on.
They trying to get it to load. It's a pain in the butt for me too at first. It's still something to see Bayley in NXT again. I think I hear Corey Graves, so 2 weeks in a row. I guess whatever the issue was is settled. Still weird for me to see Roxanne come out without the title around her waist. This takes me some getting used to. She legit carried that title for so long that it was almost an extension of her. Here we go. Bell rings. Oh, already Cora and Roxanne went to an attack and got thrown over the top rope now. And if that happened Saturday, that was the Rumble. They both would be eliminated right now. Cover by Giulia, 1-2, followed by a knee, but Roxanne reverses it, trying to get a schoolgirl, but Giulia able to block it. Able to go for another cover. I'm surprised she's going for these quick covers here. Roxanne with a handful, what, more than a handful of Giulia's hair. Giulia returning the favor here. Launches Roxanne into the second rope. Drop kick, cover one. Just a one count. Damn, Roxanne kicked out at one quick. Giulia backs into her own corner. Now Bayley with the tag. Oof. What a smack by Roxanne to Bayley's face, but that just pissed Bayley off. Tag to Cora Jade now. Look at this face off with Bayley and Cora Jade. Ah! Bayley smacked the taste out of Cora Jade's mouth. Now backs her into the corner with some hammer fist here. Snapmare takeover now with an elbow to Cora Jade, small at her back. Ah! Followed by a clothesline. Cover 1, 2. Cora Jade kicks out at 2. Bayley looks like she's setting up almost like a draping DDT, Randy Orton style, but Cora Jade slides in under her legs. Now exchanging waist locks here. So they back up to the corner. Roxanne tags herself in now. Oof.
Okay.
Roxanne with these lethal elbows to Bayley's stomach. Now out of the way of the corner, Bayley tosses Roxanne in the opposite corner. Sets her up for that double knee, draping knee over the corner. Cora coming in illegally, I might add. Bayley meeting her halfway with this kick to the stomach. Asks Giulia to come in. Double team. Oof. Sort of like stinger splashes into a corner, but reversed. Stereo suplexes. I believe Roxanne and Bayley are still the legal women. Yep, Bayley covers too. Giulia, Roxanne meeting in the center of the ring. Roxanne tosses Giulia out. And Bayley. Tags Cora Jade. Ooh. Nice suicide dive by Roxanne Perez as Cora Jade goes to the rope. Somersault off the top rope. As we take a look at the replay here. It looks like they're going to set up for a commercial. Fuck television. Oh, well, we got restaurant quality picture-in-picture here. So it's not fully fuck television. It's on commercials. Can't get the website to cooperate there, JJ? It's refreshed on me twice. Again, we're on picture-in-picture restaurant quality. Looks like Roxanne and Cora Jade have isolated Giulia at this point. Ooh, snapmare takeover by Roxanne. Actually, just literally stomping into Giulia's abdomen. Ooh, jumping double stomp in the center of the ring. Throws Giulia down. Cover 1, 2. Giulia kicks out at 2. Now some grounded pound by Roxanne. Bear with us, folks. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties. We are live, pal. Ooh, vicious knees by Cora Jade to Giulia. Giulia able to reverse it, push Cora Jade down. Looking to tag Bayley, but she's barely getting to the corner. Cora Jade stopping her. A mute kick pushes Cora Jade out of the way. Bayley comes in flying off the hot tag. Couple of clotheslines. Belly to back suplex. Roxanne works her way in here. I think, ooh, looks like she's setting up a Death Valley driver. Bayley to belly suplex, but it was reversed by Cora Jade. Now a pin. Well, looks like we're coming off of restaurant quality and quality. Again, live from Atlanta here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Now you got. I don't know if you tried to talk again, but it got real quiet. I can't even hear your background anymore. Now Cora and Roxanne have isolated, which they did to Giulia earlier. Now it's Bayley's turn to get isolated in the corner. Crowd chanting, "Let's go Bayley!" Here as Roxanne does a European uppercut out of the corner, rolls through. Roxanne mimics Bayley, but then gets caught with a Bayley in the back. Cora Jade covers Bayley, who bumps into the damn camera, man. We go to a replay as well, that was a nice moonsault by Roxanne Perez, who jumped from one rope to the other in the corner and then turned it into a moonsault. Beautiful move. Now sleeper held here by Cora Jade to Bayley. Bayley working her way out of it, stands up, couple of pops to the midsection. Fist trying to tag Giulia. Cora Jade isolates her, throws her to like the 619 position. Goes for a back elbow. Bayley able to roll out of the way. Cora Jade runs to the corner and attacks Giulia. Nice way to make sure Bayley can't tag. Bayley to belly suplex. Out of nowhere, she hit that. Cora Jade's in the center of the ring, but Bayley can't capitalize to cover right now. JJ will be back when he can. He's just experiencing refurb and technology issues. Giulia and Roxanne both getting tags at the same time here. Off to the ropes. Nice elbow. Another elbow knocks Roxanne Perez down. Northern Light. Oh, no, that carried the Northern Light suplex. Stalling Northern Light suplex with the release, no bridge. Giulia trying to run into Roxanne into the corner, but Roxanne able to move. Now Giulia getting her to missile drop kick off the top rope. Going for the cover. 1, 2. Roxanne able to kick out at 2. Giulia tosses Roxanne to the ropes. I think Cora Jade just did a blind tag. Went to go elbow Giulia. Giulia ducks. Cora Jade hits her own partner, and then the schoolgirl by Giulia to Cora Jade gets it too. You switched to your phone?
Yep.
I can tell. Looks like
I don't know
everything.
what's going on, but trying to run the site and the StreamYard on my laptop just was not working.
Oh, okay.
So now I've got the site on my laptop and I've got you on my phone, and it seems to not be giving me any issues except for the fact that I'm behind you right now. So
All right. I'll let you call some of it.
Giulia just hit the Glasgow kiss, knocks Cora Jade down. Giulia with the tag to Bayley. Bayley going up top. Macho elbow drop on the Cora Jade. Hooks the leg for the 1, 2, 3. Bayley gets the pin.
Ooh, over Cora.
At
Interesting.
least
Now,
this way you don't weaken Roxanne.
yeah. I mean, if you treat an NXT kind of TNA separate, then it's not as bad. But now you need.
Plus, Cora will be in action this week on Impact to try to further her issues with Masha Slamovich. So,
Yeah, you give Cora the win there now.
handshake between Giulia and Bayley.
Oh, maybe we get a future with these two.
And look at Bayley there. She was kind of eyeing the championship as she walked away. And now we go to Eddie Thorpe.
You noticed that? The way she was eyeing that title?
Yep. I just can't hear what the actual feed is saying, so you're going to have to relay that stuff.
All right. I'm trying to refresh myself now. Mine's acting up.
Looks like he's talking about the match he had against Femi.
Yeah. He said you can write Eddie. You could try to write Eddie Thorpe off, but you can't. I'm gonna make my mark in NXT. Eddie Thorpe cannot be broken. Okay. Guess he doesn't want you to forget about him. That was pretty much a yoo-hoo, I'm still here thing.
Coming up next is going to be the Grayson Waller effect with Femi as we go to full commercial break.
It's looking more and more like I ain't gonna be able to make WrestleMania, but oh well. At least we get to call it.
Yeah, WrestleMania is a good one to call.
Yeah.
Me and Noah did that last year. That was fun. Last 2 years, actually.
Uh, Maybe one day. Maybe after I move to Cali, they'll go somewhere around. No, it'll be. What are the rumors? Well, rumors are rumors, but probably be in London when I move there.
Right. Well, if if the pattern is to be believed, last year the kickoff for WrestleMania was in Vegas, and this year Mania is in Vegas.
hmm
So this year the kickoff is supposed to be in New Orleans, leading to rumors that next year Mania will be in New Orleans,
Okay.
if the pattern is to be believed.
At which dome? The Mercedes Benz dome? Is
Which,
that what it's called out there?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not in any hurry to bring her back, but what a way to return Mercedes Monet to the company than to have her return at the Mercedes Dome.
Right. She's getting. I don't know. I don't know if she would want to return. I mean, she's getting what she wants. She's pretty much doing the Hulk Hogan to WCW with her contract over there.
Legit.
To be honest, you can't really blame when somebody's getting that. Why would you leave? You can't really blame them. I'm a big advocate for separating the person from the character, but it seems to be I don't mind her character in the ring. I mind the person she is because it seems like it bleeds out. Like I,
Yeah, the
eh,
more and more I see her, the more and more I believe that the person is what we see in um the rain.
yeah, exactly. I give her wrestling credit. I give her. She's been putting on matches, but it's something about her I just personally don't like. And we're all entitled to our opinion, so don't at me, people.
Right.
I wonder if they're doing the you getting a carpet installed commercial. Last time they just kept giving us the same commercials out of order.
I'm getting a fur and leather commercial right now.
Uh, oh, it's not a carpet; it's a
Furs by
microfiber
Garten
clothing.
House,
Huh.
Doubletree.
Oh, okay.
Now it's a University of Maryland commercial.
I'm getting that's funny because I'm getting a Dorsey College, so something about medical assistant.
Keep in mind, with me being on my phone, I can't see the chat rooms, so you're going to have to read any
Yeah.
comments that you bring up that are
All right.
worth noting.
Oh well, Wesley says it Caesar Palace Superdome. I get what it used to be called the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, and now it's Caesar's Palace. Or are you talking about Vegas, Wesley?
I don't know.
Because he put Mercedes-Benz Superdome, then he put Caesar Palace. I remember it being the Mercedes because I think there was three other manias in New Orleans, right? Or two.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Recent ones too.
yeah. I think 30 was there, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
We're back. Nice shot of the skyline here as we promote Washington, D.C. Vengeance Day, Saturday, February 15th. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Looking forward to that show as always.
I
Coming
wonder.
inside the ring set up for the Grayson Waller effect. Walter, again, you're going to have to take this over because I can't hear the screen. So,
I want to hear the fans' reaction because he is from Atlanta.
oh, Theory?
Yeah. Well, they're both getting booed out of the building.
I'm not
Oh no,
surprised.
he got a pop. He got a pop. They're chanting ATL at him.
Okay, okay.
He said I partied with Quavo, 2 Chainz. Oh, he shouted out the celebrities. A-Town down. They're introducing Ovo. Well, they're hyping him up a little here.
I mean, does that man really need hype?
He doesn't.
I'm just throwing that out there. Like,
He is his own hype.
all you got to do is hit his music.
Exactly. I love even his little walk when he does that, and it's just like this dude's superstar for real.
The definition of aura.
Yeah, exactly. That freaking walk gets me. They're saying that Booker T called it that as soon as he saw him, he said that this guy would be one to take over.
I mean, they didn't call him the ruler for nothing.
That's true. Wow, they give him the oh yeah, man. Wrong person there, Booker. And the crowd actually chanting Oba. I'm a little surprised.
I'm not.
True.
Oba may technically be a heel, but he is so respected and revered by those NXT fans. Like, they're loving it.
The crowd is chanting, and Waller's like kind of playing on it, like saying, "Give it to him." Less than 2 years on NXT, and you're already the champ,
Yep.
longest reigning North American champion. You must be used to it. And he said, "Yes, I am very used to it. The championship is right where it needs to be." The crowd is actually chanting for Theory to talk.
It's because it's Theory's hometown. They want the hometown boy to get some love here.
He said, "You started at NXT at 24 years old, became the youngest champ." He said, "Coming from somebody who was the youngest U.S. champion, you remind me of me. I'm also the
Good
quickest to
shit.
make it to the main roster." Whoa. These two guys do not see it at all. He's talking junk to Oba. He said, "You invited me on my show just for you to tell me you don't see my potential?" He said, "Neither of you have ever been NXT champion."
That's true.
He
Carmelo
said,
Hayes was essentially Waller's kryptonite.
he said, "I've accomplished more than the two of you combined."
I don't know
Waller
if
saying,
I'd
"I
go
want to know."
that far.
He said, "I want to know if the hype is real." That's what Wilder's saying. He said you were sipping out a juice box in a swing in NXT while we were at WrestleMania.
That's what I was gonna say. Like Theory's fought John Cena at WrestleMania, like, and beat him. I don't know about trying to downplay A-Town Down Under's accolades.
He just said it. He said I was at 2 WrestleMania. He said actually 4, but who's counting? You had a full ride from Alabama. And then you became NXT. What is this? He's like dissing him and then praising him. But he said we're not on NXT. We're on Monday Night Raw. Raw and
Just
SmackDown,
got
that's the
moved
big
over.
leagues.
They just got moved over via the transfer portal.
Yeah. What? We were on Raw and SmackDown while you were in the Indies trying to sell T-shirts. Damn.
Boba making the yak, 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 yak gesture. I think this crowd probably wants to see Theory and Femi one-on-one.
Uh-huh. A-Town Down Under has traveled all around the world, and all we do is create unforgettable moments.
Accurate.
He said, you talk about you climbed the ladder, you became champion. He said, but after all is said and done, I'm looking at you and I don't see titles. All I see is big mouths. And he told Wilder, your lips trying to keep writing checks that your ass can't cash. I'm building a dynasty here. And trust me, it will be built. You like opportunities? You like PLEs? In 2 weeks, Washington, D.C. and Vengeance. Is he about to challenge these two?
And got Trick backstage watching all this go down.
He said, are you going to step up? And Wilder's, Theories look like he's getting to his face. Wilder said, I stood in front of the best Cena. I want that NXT championship.
Here comes Ava.
Dial back before things get out of hand.
Here comes Trick. Trick's seen enough. Walking through the backstage here in our picture.
You don't run things around here. I do. Trick's music just interrupted Ava. Whoop that, Trick. Uh-huh. That's right. Oh, yeah, man.
I think we know what's going to be next. We're probably going to go straight into Trick versus Wes Lee now that Trick's already in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Trick empty in the ring right now, but he is standing up to Oba. And it is true, they never got their one-on-one. He lost in a multi-man match.
Pop-up powerbomb drops Trick Williams.
Damn.
And the ruler standing over the fallen former champion. And coming up next, it will be Trick Williams versus Wes Lee. Will Trick be able to recover? Find out when we return from commercial break.
Usually commercials are about 3 minutes long, so Trick, you got 3 minutes to get your ass in recovery.
Did somebody say 3 minutes?
Wow, for a minute I thought one of the A Town Down Under was gonna. They both kind of challenged him, and then Trick interrupted, and Ava never got out what she was gonna say because Trick interrupted. So please don't give me a fatal four way between those. Please don't do that. I'm a little tired of the NXT title being defended in multi-man matches. We can do one-on-ones with this title.
Well, I figure next week we'll probably get a contendership match,
Yeah.
and then the winner will face Oba at Vengeance Day.
I guess it'll be either Trick against Waller or Theory, or maybe the three of them, which will be interesting because that means they're gonna end up throwing each other off covers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to talk about them breaking them because how much have we talked about Fraxium and they just keep surprising us.
Agreed.
I think we've been calling about A Town Down Under even longer. They tease breakups and they just found a way to keep being on the same page.
See, the difference is I like A Town Down Under more than I like Fraxium as a team,
Yeah.
which is weird to say because Fraxium are faces, A Town Down Under are heels, and you traditionally you'd think you'd enjoy the baby faces more. But I called for these guys to be paired when Waller was still down in NXT.
I remember you did. Yep.
I wanted it to be a stable of Waller, Theory, Miz, which we started to get teased last week on SmackDown before we found out that A Town Down Under got moved, and Logan Paul,
Mhm.
and have that be the stable. And again, we almost got a little bit of that last week when Miz was talking to them, but then
That
A Town Down Under got switched over to Raw via the transfer portal, and there went my glorious hopes and dreams.
that would be one confident group. Cockiness. That'll be egocentric kind of faction.
Hmm. But they're all cut from the same cloth, so it would work. You know what I mean? Like they're so
Mhm.
like-minded.
There's nothing wrong with liking heels either, Jay. Like I always said, one of my favorite people growing up, and I don't even know what it was, but I was such a big fan, and it was Rick D'Amato Martel, and we know he was a heel of heels, and I always liked him.
Yeah, way before my time, but I gained a huge respect for the model when I met him at one of the Legends fan fests I went to.
Uh,
Freaking had breakfast with him in the lobby 2 days in a row.
nice.
First day didn't even know it was him because we hadn't gone to the fest yet.
Mhm.
And you got to figure it was already like 15 years past his prime. He had aged.
Mhm.
So we're sitting there eating breakfast in the lobby with him, not even realizing it. And then they introduce him to come out at the Legends Fest. And he, like, I swear it was like trapped in the closet. He looked at us and we looked at him and had that moment where we realized who it was. And then
Mhm.
the next morning when we had breakfast with them, we, sat there kind of shooting the shit with him and everything because now we
Mhm.
knew what we were doing. And
Mm.
he was cool as hell. So
Yeah. I just always loved his character with the perfume
the
spray and everything.
arrogance.
Yeah.
See, and then winding it to PWG, which we'll be doing a watch along for here in April. We went to PWG and there was a wrestler named Chris Bosch who
Mm.
used the model's theme as his music, and the tag
Mm.
team he was in was called Arrogance.
Wow.
Got Izzy Dame and Sarah Schreiber here. What's Izzy saying?
They're trying to ask her what the relationship is between, but Holland's interrupting.
Mm,
You're a liar. I'll be standing here the North American champion if it wasn't for you, but I'm not. Whoa, he was about to call her a bitch until he got interrupted. Lorenzo telling him don't talk to a lady like that.
ah, Stacks stepping up.
And now they're just arguing, but you can't make out what they're saying.
I think this is going to be something here. Maybe if Ridge can beat Stacks, he'll get another shot at the Don.
Yeah.
And maybe that's when Ridge will finally get the championship.
Maybe.
Trick having a hard time get to his feet, man.
They're
You know
telling
he
him
wants
to.
to continue, but Wes Lee is just gonna own him here.
Hmm. Look who he's got with him.
Tyreek Igwe and Tyson DuPont, the lackeys of sorts of Wes Lee here.
Shit, I wouldn't mind having them as lackeys. Those two big ass men. Eh, saying what the hell was Trick thinking, even going on with this match? They tried to give him a way out. He wouldn't take it.
It's stupid babyface 101. Trick is too proud. Here comes
Look for it.
Wesley, shotgun drop kick, sends Trick into the corner. And you got to figure Wes is thinking that, he's got little to work with here. Like, this should be easy pickings for him.
Look at these kicks. He's kicking the shit out of his kidney.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, he just took a pop up power bomb from the ruler right there to the back. So why not go straight for those kidneys? You already know his back is weak from taking that power bomb.
Hmm.
Irish whip trying to send Trick in the corner. Trick reverses, answers with a right hand.
Damn, Wesley looked like
Wesley
he used to
switches.
box.
Hell yeah, those gut punches. Same region, just the front instead of the back.
Hmm.
Trick throws Wes in the corner, starts winding up with some punches of his own, going for the gut, trying to rock Wesley here. Wesley, some knees to the midsection now. Spinning back kick. Snapmare. Wesley off the ropes, drop kick right in the small of the back. And I buffered.
You buffered during the cover.
I didn't even see the cover. I've got to
Uh,
refresh.
it's funny is while that was happening, what you were calling, I buffered, but it refreshed it. So
And call what you see because I've got to refresh
uh,
my page. So
oh wow, Wesley just hit kind of like a 619, but Trick was kind of in a standing position as opposed to laying on the ropes. Now he's climbing up the rope. Target acquired. He jumps. Oh, Trick caught him. Is he gonna hit the fallaway slam? What's he? Oh, Wesley intelligently elbows to the ribs to Trick and just gets his way out of it. It looked like he was gonna go for the fallaway slam. Wesley
again,
off the
Wesley is
ropes.
smart. He knows what is hurting Trick right now, and he's targeting those areas.
Cover one, two, kicked out by Trick. Yeah, Wesley did like a running splash on the ground, targeting the ribs again. And now he's just playing with food. He's literally smacking Trick. And Trick is amping himself up. Here comes Trick with the heavy right hand. Oh! Damn! Trick smacked Wesley out of the ring. Holy shit. But then right to your point of the intelligence, Wesley backed Trick right into the apron, the hardest part of the ring, back first. Oh, he jumped off the apron and hit a Meteora while Trick was laying on the table. And they're going through a replay. I'm pretty sure they're about to hit commercial. Oh, what a Meteora. Yep, fuck television. Commercial, full commercial too, right in the middle of the match.
Hopefully, I'll be able to be back by the time we resume from commercial.
Yeah, I was gonna say at least the commercial gives you a chance though. Consumer cellular. Wow. Yeah, Wes Lee is just so intelligent. He is definitely Trick might as well be wearing an X on his ribs. Back, kidney, that whole area is just Wesley is on it. Here we go with all the damn food commercials again. But I just ate,
Right?
so I'm good this time.
I haven't. Dinner's
uh,
being cooked as we do this again, so I'm smelling food cooking and seeing these freaking, what is this, Olive Garden commercial?
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
getting.
Olive Garden.
Uh,
Which, having Olive Garden sponsor a wrestling program that has a predominantly Italian family in it, that we just won't go there.
yeah,
'Cause when you're here, your family.
somebody was on it when they did that.
Yeah, unlike that AEW spot where they cut dude with a pizza cutter and then went to a pizza commercial.
hmm Dude, I'm looking at it. I still can't get used to Wesley without the dreads, man.
Same. Just waiting to come back from the commercials now. Hopefully, I don't have another issue.
Well, it should be coming back because this commercial is a CW commercial. Usually they advertise
Mm.
what's on the channel right before they come back.
Nope, took us to a Honda commercial.
I got a Kroger commercial. I don't even think I have Kroger's grocery stores out here. What are they doing?
Don't know.
Oh, Atlanta. Never mind. I thought they were gonna come back when they show the CW commercial.
That would have been smart.
Yeah.
Now I've got that fur and leather commercial again.
Mm-mm. I don't know what this is. Is it a beer commercial? It's just a bunch of random shit happening. Yep. It's a talk to your inner self and don't let yourself drive drunk. With the world that we live in with Uber, Lyft, and taxis, there's no excuse.
Exactly.
And we gave a
This is your public
big,
service announcement from the Simply Reliable Studios.
yeah, we gave a big talk about that when the Usos got in trouble.
And we're back.
There we go.
Wes Lee, the half crab on Trick Williams, the Canadian maple leaf, center of the ring. Trick trying to use his long limbs to get to the ropes, cause the breakup here. Take a look at what happened in the commercial break. Nice spinning back kick from Wes Lee, rocking Trick Williams.
That was flush with
Trick
the
almost
jaw
to the
too.
ropes. Trick using his free leg to kick Wes off of him. But Wes going right back at it with some of those strategic punches, keeping Trick Williams on the rope here. Trick answering with a few rights and lefts of his own, turns Wes Lee inside out. Huge clothesline turns Wes Lee 180 degrees, scoop slam,
Mm. Dude, he
throws
literally,
Wesley into the ropes, back body drop, not even an Irish whip. He just flung him into the ropes.
he literally flipped inside out after that clothesline. That was crazy.
Looks like I'm a little bit ahead of you now.
No, we're in sync. I was just going back
Oh,
to it
okay.
that I can't believe how much he flipped.
Bookend from Trick Williams, the
The
step
hell
up
was that?
Uranagi.
The hell was that cartwheel before it?
Trick looking for the trick shot. But Tyson and Tyreek pull Wesley out of the ring here.
Hmm.
Trick comes to the
Oh.
outside, grabs Wesley, goes to throw him back in the ring, and I'm buffering.
Oh! He threw
Wesley
Tyreek
rolls in the
in.
wind. Up and over. Tried to send Tyreek over the top rope, but botched a little bit, had to roll under. Here comes Wesley. Hip toss over the rope onto Tyreek. Tyson in there to check on him.
That's how big Tyreek is. That's what happened.
Take a look at this again. That hip toss up and over onto Tyreek. And now Trick jumping off the staging area, taking down Tyson and Wesley, it looks like. Or no, it was Tyreek and Wes. Excuse me. Trick just unwinding with those clubbing blows to the back of Wesley's head and neck.
Trick gotta be careful. He can get himself disqualified. He's not listening to the ref.
Yep. One shot knocks Tyreek down. And an uppercut for Wes Lee here. To your point, yeah, Trick just threw the referee off, and the referee's calling for the bell here, it looks like.
Uh-huh. Told you he need to calm down.
Trouble in Paradise into the chair into Tyreek's face. And now Trick's got the steel chair coming after Wes Lee, swinging it like a wild man.
Dude, Trick's got a mean streak, huh?
Trick showing that he's not one to be fucked around with, because you will find out. He's done
Right?
playing the nice guy.
Dude, he's pushing refs? Like, what is going on?
Back to Ava in the dressing room. I
They gotta
like that
control.
wall art alongside of her that says vinyl, the record
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
Femi in there seeing what's going on here.
He's asking Ava who's he gonna face. Triple threat for the title. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory and Femi. Ava just announced.
Oh shit, at Vengeance Day?
Yep. She said Waller first. He said good Waller. He went to go turn around. She said I wasn't finished. So it's a triple threat.
Looks like
Yeah,
coming
man.
up next is going to be our North American Championship match for the women. Shotzi challenging Fallon Henley.
Why do I get a warning? Mama Sita ain't even out yet, babe. Sheesh.
Damn. She's like, I'm watching you. She knows that every woman on the NXT brand is your mamacita, though.
Right?
Because, shoot, Shawn Michaels has a type, and it just so happens to be the same as Walter's type.
Right? Oh, she need to come out. She's the one who loves Bianca. She need to come out for that tag
That'll be the
WWE.
main event, though.
Yeah, I know. She love her some Bianca. I,
Now getting these freaking Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich commercials. More
yep,
food.
same commercial
Damn
I
it.
got too. Love me some Shotzi, but I feel bad because she's just pretty much ain't no way. At least I hope.
Yeah. I feel like Shotzi is kind of in the same role that Ridge is in, that Corbin was in. She's down here to kind of work with these young girls, help get them over, and get a few
Mm.
extra reps on her because she's been so injury prone. You know,
True.
having Shotzi team with Gigi and Tatum doesn't really do Shotzi any favors, but it does a lot for them because they're attached to her name.
Yep. Between Shotzi and Dakota, I don't know who's been more injury prone.
Dakota. Dakota. She literally just came back like 2 months ago from an injury and she's out again.
And Lord knows, concussions is nothing to mess with. You never know how much time it is.
That's what put Corey Graves on the shelf was too
Mm-hmm.
many concussions.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been cleared now for the past year, year and a half, but he doesn't want to press anything. He's up until the rumors here recently, he's been perfectly content just doing his commentary role.
Mm-hmm.
Now that he's starting to be a little discontent with that, almost leads me to believe that we might get a match from him, whether it's him versus Booker or him versus McAfee, and the winner gets to be the sole analysis, you know, analyst on the respective show. I could see something happening here with Corey based off of what the rumors have been here lately.
I called it Saturday that I really feel like Pat McAfee will have be in the Rumble and Corey would be the next number and he eliminates him or something. Like it
See,
doesn't
but
necessarily have to happen back to back like that, but
here's my problem with that. The last 2 years in a row, Pat McAfee's had a spot in the Rumble, and I get Pat's a name. He
hmm
can actually work in there, but we have got such stacked rosters. Do you really want to waste two entries for commentators?
that's true. Especially when you got like
That could
other
be,
celebrity.
yeah, that could be a matter of Jeff Hardy crossing over from TNA. That could be an Oba Femi or an Etha Page from NXT. It could be a Carmelo Hayes or somebody. As
Ooh,
we see Ava backstage now talking to Trick, probably asking him, "What the hell are you thinking, boy?"
that's exactly what she said. What the hell is wrong with you?
Look at the eyes of Trick, man. Those are the same eyes Booker gets when he gets mad. You can tell Booker's been having influence on Trick.
Uh huh. She just said,
Booker
you know
gets
what?
those
Prove it.
wide, crazy eyes.
She asked Trick to
Look at him
prove it.
again. Look at him again.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those are Booker eyes, man. I'm telling you.
They are. They really are. No, they really, really are. Arena too small for a tank, huh? Does Shotzi like
Saw an
dolls?
image of these three on Instagram earlier on Shotzi's Insta. They were all wearing shirts that said Chemical X. I'm wondering if that's going to be their stable name. I don't see them wearing it tonight, but
And I hope Shotzi likes playing with dolls.
here comes the fatal influence. NXT Women's North American Champion Fallon Henley being flanked by JC Jane and Jasmine Nix.
There is no way her face isn't healed. This is just for show now or used as a weapon.
Well, you notice it's moved. It was JC who was wearing it. Now it's Jasmine wearing it. It's totally a
Yeah,
gimmick.
yeah. Mm.
And I'm buffering.
And she's watching me.
And I'm back. Jasmine
I have
just
to.
got in the rain and then it froze again.
I have to remember she's watching me. She's watching me. She's
And there's
watching.
JC. Fallon holds her title up in the air, flanked by her stablemates.
My VPN
What are you
thinks I'm in.
snickering about?
My VPN thinks I'm in Michigan because it's showing me
Oh,
little. Yeah.
Mike Rome with the announcement.
Kind of glad they're defending this title on NXT, man. Not just PLE.
Well, it's still a new championship. It's barely a year old. We
Mm-hmm.
established our first champion at Battleground last year in May, so we've got to have frequent defenses trying to establish its lineage and make it a fighting championship, just like the regular North American title was.
Mm-hmm. I just thought about something. The way Trick is snapping, Kalani's kind of doing that with a female. I wonder if these two like kind of feed off each other's energy or something. They're both kind of on a similar path right now. Don't know where they're at, and they're both snapping and not being themselves.
It's fair. Bell rings. Here we go. Both women kind of jaw jacking here, center of the ring, face to face. Fallon getting a little aggressive here to Shotzi. Pie faces her. Shotzi with a single leg takedown, just mount some punches to start things off.
I don't know about
Fallon
you, but
comes in with the clothesline. Shotzi duds it. Hurricane Rana sends Fallon up and over.
I suddenly want to hear some country music. I don't know about you. The
Step up in Seguri from Shotzi. Springboard off the bottom rope. Tries to roll Fallon through.
hell was that?
Some innovative offense from the Blackheart there. Shotzi going for some offense, got tied up in the ropes, and Fallon just throws her back first on the mat. Fallon goes to spring off the top, but Shotzi able to connect with a forearm. Fallon set up on the top rope here. Shotzi climbing all the way up. Shotzi Blackheart with a top rope Frankensteiner.
She kind of spiked her head.
Fallon rolling in the middle of the ring. Yep. Now Shotzi going to the opposite corner, climbing up to the top rope. The Fatal Influence stablemates pulling Fallon out of the ring. Shotzi has ill intentions here. Crossbody takes down all three members of the stable. And Shotzi
Perfect
is
too.
fired up, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Here
Shotzi has
comes
her own bet.
Gigi. Gigi is
Yes,
not wearing the apple bottom jeans, but she does have boots with the fur.
Fatal Influence doesn't have the number advantage they usually have because Shotzi has backup.
Yep, and all four women just fought out to the back. It is now one-on-one here. Fallon goes for the chop block, rocking Shotzi after throwing her knee first into the ring post.
We
And
know the
Fallon has
history of.
assumed control of the match here now.
We know Shotzi's history with knee issues.
And we're going to restaurant quality picture-in-picture fuck television.
Mm-hmm. No, there's a new passive progressive commercial.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too. Shotzi getting her leg wrenched between the middle rope here by Fallon, trying to weaken that limb that already went going in that steel post.
There's a
Fallon has
reason she.
found the body part she's going to work and began dissecting it here.
That's why she. There's a reason she has a knee brace on, and Fallon Henley's intelligent enough to go after it.
Yep. Fallon Irish whips Shotzi into the corner and continues to put pressure onto that leg and knee. You can see Shotzi there trying to work it out, get the blood flowing. To no avail. Fallon drags her leg first and just begins trying to Charlie horse that leg, kicking her in her thigh.
Fallon Henley's acting like a pit bull right now on that knee.
Well, the former Tessa Price, again, no stranger to the ring. She's been wrestling for a while before coming to NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Not one to be taken lightly.
She is wrenching. I'm surprised she hasn't done a figure four yet.
Give her time. Shotzi trying to use her good leg to grab the neck of Fallon there, make her break the hold. Fallon back up to a vertical base. Canadian Maple Leaf has the half crab on Shotzi. Shotzi trying to reach for the rope, but appears to be too much pain. Body's at a bad angle to try to grab that rope too. She'd have to turn her body, which would just allow Fallon to put more pressure on that leg.
The half crab. She is wrenching on that knee.
Yep.
Dude, my knee hurts. Oof.
Shotzi finally got a little bit of control there, was able to flip Fallon off of her. Shotzi goes running right after Fallon, got caught with the clothesline. I don't think that was a good call from Shotzi. You just had your leg wrenched and you're going to go try to run after your opponent?
Not the smartest thing.
Stupid babyface tricks 101.
Mm-hmm.
Both women center the ring, trading off forearm shots now. Now, this is what you want to do. Try to use that strength, but don't use your leg. Anything you do to use your leg right now is going to add pressure to it. Swinging
Exactly.
neck breaker drops Fallon Henley. And again, you see Shotzi there trying to shake her leg, get some blood flow back to it after the way it's been tormented here by Fallon Henley.
Mm-hmm.
Back to full picture. Fallon has Shotzi backed into the corner there. Irish whip sends her into the other corner. Comes chugging in, but Shotzi able to get up and over, rolls through. Arm drag takedown. Clothesline as we go backstage and we see the Meta Girls getting ready for their title opportunity this evening against the women's tag team champions. Nice fake out kick connects. Bulldog from Shotzi plants Fallon. And again, she tries to get the blood flow to that leg. Snap suplex sends Fallon into the turnbuckle.
Right into the corner.
Thank you, cameraman, for that shot.
Exactly.
Shotzi tries to run in, cannonball right into the face of Fallon Henley there. And Fallon, to her credit, rolls outside the ring. Shotzi cannot win the title on the apron or outside.
She has a significant limp, man. That. Whew.
Fallon with a 619 using the ring post to rock Shotzi Blackheart.
That was
And Fallon
nice.
slowly beginning to get some control here once again. Knee first onto the announce table.
How smart is that?
And now face first into the announce table goes Shotzi Blackheart. Fallon complete control here once again. And there's the graphic at the bottom. It is official. Triple threat match at Vengeance Day for the NXT Championship. Oba Femi defending against both members of A-Town Down Under. Fallon gets a near fall with the 2 count here. And you can see the frustration starting to set in on the champ.
Mm-hmm. But then look at that. Right back to the leg.
Yep, stretch muffler has Shotzi's leg around Fallon's head and neck there for added pressure. Shotzi rolls through, hooks the legs, gets a 2 count. And Fallon, as soon as she gets up, goes right back to that knee. Bounce off the rope, goes for a Faymaster. Shotzi able to counter.
I was just gonna say, did she just try a famous her?
Again with that fake out kick connecting. Shotzi going for the acid drop, but she lands right on that knee, not able to capitalize right away. Hooks the leg, 2 count. Fallon still kicks out.
I give Shotzi
Good
credit. She
move
left
by Shotzi there. She hooked both legs instead of just one.
exactly what I was gonna say, so that she can't get to the ropes. That was very smart. You gotta believe she might have got it there if her leg wasn't worked on so long in this match. She might have not have hesitated and got that 3 count.
Shotzi going up to the top rope, but Fallon cuts her off at the pass.
She spent the better of what, 15, 20, no, like 10 minutes getting her knee worked on?
Something like that, yeah.
Mm.
Shotzi able to fight Fallon off. She's in the drop zone. Shotzi with a senton there. Hooks the leg, gets a 2. Fallon kicks out.
I don't know how she kicked out of that. Give her credit for that.
Take a look at it again here in the replay.
She
Almost
got
a
all of
coffin
it.
drop-esque maneuver. Fallon reverses, kick to the midsection of Shotzi, and you can see Fallon's ready to end this now. Fallon goes for a move. Shotzi reverses, gets a near fall. Nice rising knee strike by Shotzi there. And she looks like she's going to go for it again here, but Fallon able to have it scouted. Ties Shotzi up into the tree of woe, which again puts added pressure on that knee. Boot to the midsection, drops Shotzi. Fallon sets her up again.
She's been doing this all on her own. Mind you, the rest of Fatal Influence is gone.
Faymaster connects. 1, 2, 3. Fallon retains. And the sinister look of Fallon Henley there. And to your point, she did it on her own. No Fatal Influence at ringside to try to interfere for her.
Cameraman just did another good job.
And it all started right there with that whip of the leg and knee into the ring post, and then the chop block that followed. It was all pretty much downhill for Shotzi after that. Some valiant attempts, but she just wasn't able to recover.
Good job. They got a good long match. They gave him some time. Uh-oh.
Oh, shit. Stephanie Vaquer raining on Fallon's parade.
She wants that championship, man. There's
and
another
Vengeance Day, it will be Fallon versus Stephanie for the North American Championship. And I got to believe that unless something drastic happens, Stephanie is going to walk out of there with the championship. We go backstage. Kelani Jordan and I believe Carmen Petrovich.
Yep.
What's being said? Remember, I can't hear it.
You really think I went out there for you? She thanked her for that match with Jada, but it's clear this delusion of yours has nothing to do with you. Listen to Jada. Don't listen to me. Don't. It's only a matter of time before he leaves your ass. And then she said, what a bitch.
I was able to read lips on that one. Get a little dose of ego here in Atlanta as Ethan Page comes out now.
Oh, man. This wasn't advertised.
Nope. But we've got time. We've still got 45 minutes, and you know the women's title match will probably only run about 20. Coming up next, it'll be All Ego Ethan Page versus Cedric Alexander. Impromptu. Don't miss out on that. While we wait, why don't we run the trailer one more time? Because seeing him on the screen, I need another Liaki.
He's the bathroom break. Oh, that's a shame. Damn, what All Ego. That's a former champ. But this is everything you can get on the Simply Reliable Studios.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Again, the Simply Reliable studio encompasses all professional wrestling and sports and combat sports and everything else.
Okay. And no, it's not an Ethan Page thing.
I should drink too much
If
water.
you don't remember or you didn't know, in FCW, Roman's name was Liaki.
Yeah, I know.
So rather than saying I got to take a leak, it's a
Yeah,
Liaki. Sounds more
yeah.
appealing. So when I saw Roman come on the screen with the trailer for the
Oh,
new video game, it was like, oh, seeing him, I need to take a Liaki.
okay. Don't encourage who? What are you talking about, Lee? Yeah. Oh, I think she's talking to you about me with the mama. I think she's telling you not to encourage me.
I'm not trying to encourage nothing. I
She
don't want
just
him to get
screamed,
in
I
trouble.
am. Kroger. This is why my VPN thinks I'm in Michigan and I'm getting Kroger commercials.
Gotcha.
The hell was that?
Women's basketball commercial for North Carolina versus Stanford
I just got that commercial too, yeah.
on the CW. And we're back with Ava backstage, catching up with Sarah Schreiber.
Oh, next week
I
main
gotta
event.
say, mhm,
Oba Femi versus Trick William versus Grayson Weller. What's up with these triple threat matches?
don't know.
Ava was about to
Roxanne and Cora
announce.
backstage.
She was about to announce the North American. Cora got pinned, not me. Roxanne said. Bayley versus Roxanne versus Giulia, triple threat match for the women's championship. And Cora Jade got pissed off at what Roxanne just said because she said she got pinned, not me.
I mean, she's right.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go. We got some celebrities in the house. You were asking for it. Killer Mike back.
he was there yesterday. I like Killer Mike.
One celebrity. That's
Right?
all we get for NXT. One. And here comes Cedric Alexander to the ring.
The man I sometimes forget is even employed.
Gotta wonder how much time he's got on his contract before he can go to AEW and join up with his Hurt Business brethren.
Right?
Bell rings. Both men start out furious. Cedric double leg takedown, punching Ethan Page center of the ring. Ref telling him to open up those fists. Now some kicks to the back in the midsection by Cedric. Ethan Page getting lit up like a Christmas tree. Some knees to the face of Ethan Page. Referee
Good
having to
opportunity.
back Cedric off. You don't want another disqualification like we just had with Trick.
I don't think I've ever seen Cedric Alexander this aggressive. Shit.
Note the kinesio tape on his right arm. We
Mm-hmm.
take a look at Bianca and Naomi getting ready backstage. Bianca rocking the Zack Ryder gear with one leg, one short.
Mm.
Wonder if that's a little bit of a tell that he's going to be coming back, dropping a little Easter egg there.
Never know. Saturday's the Rumble. We love surprises.
And that was something I talked about on my space today, was that I wish we didn't know half of the field for the men's Rumble. So according to
So,
WWE.com, 13 names have been announced
wow.
and 10 for the women's. It's like, I can understand 10, that's only a third of the field, but you announce
Mm-hmm.
half of the field, I'd rather not know that many people.
Me too. That was the best thing about the Rumble is the damn surprises.
Exactly. Drop kick from Cedric Alexander takes Ethan Page down. Every time Ethan Page has tried to get some offense here, Cedric Alexander has been able to cut him off at the pass. Cedric is looking way too strong here. Leads me to believe Ethan's going to get a cheap victory.
Ooh, what if he goes on like a little losing streak and a certain somebody who just quit TNA pops up and we get a reunion?
Possible. Possible. You've also got to figure what's going on with his former partner in AEW.
Mm.
I haven't seen Scorpio Sky for a minute. Maybe we could reunite the men of the year here instead of the North.
Hey, yeah, you're right. Where the hell has he been?
Much like we've heard about Ricky Starks, Scorpio Sky is cleared. He's waiting to come back. They just haven't had anything for him. No creative. So you almost got to wonder, is his contract going to expire? Figure one of his partners in the SCU just retired after having that match against Hangman Page. His
Mm-hmm.
other SCU partner is the King of TNA, and his Men of the Year partner is a former NXT World Heavyweight Champion.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Scorpio Sky stay behind in AEW when he could either rejoin Frankie in TNA or rejoin Ethan Page here in NXT?
Nice to have options.
Ethan Page taking a boot to the throat there by Cedric, finally falls to the outside. Cedric rolls under the ropes to follow him. And again, Cedric just lighting Ethan Page up like a Christmas tree with those chops. Throws Page back in the ring, but he rolls to the other side of the ring. Cedric not having it. And Ethan Page answers with a drop of Cedric onto the ring apron there, the hardest part.
The hell
Setting
was he
his
going?
hand up on the steel stairs there, looking to do some serious damage.
I think he was gonna go for that stomp that he did to.
I think so too, but it looked like he was
Yeah.
trying to take his padding off so that it was more effective. And that's what
Mm.
ended up costing him in the long run. Cedric able to get out of it. Ethan shoves Alexander into the ring post on the outside of the ring. Big boot rocks Ethan Page in return. Arm rain sends his arm and his wrist straight into that ring post. Cedric Alexander is in a bad way here.
Yep. I'm still shocked, like you said earlier, how much offense Cedric is actually getting.
Going to restaurant quality picture in picture here. Fuck television. During the commercial, Ethan Page just continuing to work that wrist. Now fully exposed, it looks like, as Cedric Alexander. Throws him into the ring.
Thank you, sir.
Ethan Page starting to get in, but Cedric catches him with the boot, sends him back to the outside. Ethan Page back in now. Clothesline on the outside drops Ethan Page, both men outside the ring.
Cedric is really holding that wrist though.
But Ethan hasn't popped right up either. I mean, you got to figure a lot of damage has been done to Ethan Page. Referee starting his 10 count. To your point, Alexander holding the wrist, but Ethan has barely moved on the outside. Both men back in the ring now. And Cedric just chopping all ego. But you got to wonder what kind of damage that's doing to him since his wrist is already hurting. I'm having some buffer issues, so you may want to take over for a second. Ethan Page mounting Cedric some punches here.
Mm, mm, mm. Ethan going out with them punches.
Got to do something, man. Like we've said, Cedric's pretty much dominated this match until Ethan was able to target that hand and wrist.
Mm-hmm.
So Ethan needs to try to do something here to shift the momentum his way.
Mm-hmm.
Huge chop from All Ego, dropping Cedric in the center of the ring.
He chopped the hell out of that man.
Irish whip catches him with a big boot, goes for the pinfall. Gets a 2 count. Cedric kicks out. Goes for another pinfall. Cedric again kicks out at 2.
You can see the frustration written on Ethan Page's face now.
Hell yeah. And again, a lot of people always ask, well, why do you go for the multiple pinfall attempts in a row when you know you're not going to get them after they kicked out the first time? It's energy exertion.
Mm-hmm.
The opponent has to waste energy to continue to kick out. You're exerting no energy laying on top of them, but they have to keep trying to throw your 250-pound plus frame off of them. That just exerts more and more energy. And when you're already hurting, that you don't want to do that. You know, you don't want to have to exert that much energy repeatedly.
Exactly. That's why you do it. Especially if you hook the leg each time.
Yep. We're back full screen. Ethan Page again working that arm on the steel ropes there, adding more insult to injury. At what point is the referee going to step in here and call the match? You got to wonder that too, with the way that Cedric Alexander's hand and wrist has been worked over.
Yeah, exactly.
And again,
And they also got to keep control of themselves. You see what happened with Trick earlier.
third time dropping his arm and wrist on that ring rope.
Mm-hmm.
Kick to the face. Cedric is able to hook up a German suplex, drops Ethan Page. But how much did that hurt Cedric? Because he had to use that wrist to try to throw the momentum of Ethan Page over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, of course, got the Royal Rumble this Saturday, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern. Coverage will begin here on the Simply Reliable Studios at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific. Nice shotgun drop kick from Cedric Alexander to All Ego Ethan Page. And of course, we'll be simply predicting the Rumble this Thursday, 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, following Impact. Nice
Can't wait
forearm
to.
shot from Ethan Page, rocking Cedric Alexander. Cedric catches him, turns it into a Michinoku driver, gets a 2 count. Ethan Page kicks out.
I want to hit the fast forward button to Saturday so bad.
Right? But I mean, we've got some good stuff here coming up. Tomorrow's Dynamite looks promising with some of the matches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not her biggest fan, but Mercedes versus Yuka Sakazaki should be good.
Mm-hmm.
TNA Thursday with Impact. We've got Cora Jade in action. We've got Ace Austin and Wes Lee furthering the NXT shit. Alexander has Ethan Page locked in a submission here. Will All Ego get the better of his ego and tap out? And then Friday, of course, we've got the Rumble kickoff that's going to be live at, I believe, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, or 2
Mm-hmm.
Eastern, 11 Pacific. I forget which. I know 2 o'clock is part of it, though. I
Okay.
just don't remember if that's the Pacific time or the Eastern time. And then, of course, SmackDown that evening. So lots of good stuff coming up here the next few days to just completely fast forward through the week,
That's true. Damn, these kicks.
right? Just when you think one has the upper hand, the other comes back. Ethan Page gets the victory here,
Hard fought though, man. It's like your former NXT champion and Cedric Alexander almost got you.
right?
I don't know if that says more about him or more about you.
Well, Ethan Page has been trying to take himself to the next level here, so something told me he was probably going to get this victory. He just
hmm
rips the turnbuckle pad off the bottom turnbuckle there.
Oh!
Javon Evans is back, sprinting over the top rope, dishing it out to All Ego.
Is his jaw still
Javon's
wired
barely
shut?
been seen since Ethan. I think it is. You can see the way he's holding his jaw there.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I can get 1 second celebrating my title. Don't disrespect and take the North American champions moments. Convention Day, Fallon gonna show next week. JC Jane went challenging Stephanie Vercure
Look at JC's face, though.
because it wasn't her idea. She didn't really want to do it. She was like, "What? What do you mean?"
Well, next week in tag team action, it'll be Obafemi and Trick Williams taking on A-Town Down Under.
Oh, they changed it to a tag match. Okay. Ooh, why would he get along with Oba Femi? That's gonna be explosion.
We've also got a Vengeance Day Summit. Giulia, Bayley, and Roxanne Perez. Kilani Jordan versus Carmen Petrovic in action.
Karate Kid.
Ridge Holland versus Stax next Tuesday as well. And again, we haven't heard it, but you got to figure that if Ridge beats Stax, he'll get another shot at the Don.
That's true.
And here we are backstage. The Meta Girls, Jakara and Lash, ready
Man,
to take on the tag team champions.
they're wearing purple.
Lash knows. And we're on full commercial. Fuck television.
hmm
Solid show so far, man. Solid show. I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah. We're getting a promo for the Royal Rumble. Now, if Kevin Owens wins, does he keep the Winged Eagle, or is he just gonna bring he becomes undisputed champion? Is it his choice?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times can we have matches to be the undisputed champion? Like, first Roman unified the titles. Now we've got a world heavyweight championship again, so it's not undisputed, despite the fact that they call it undisputed. Now
Mhm.
KO's got a title, Cody's got a title. So we're having a ladder match for the undisputed title. It's like, wait a minute. there's obviously a dispute because Gunther is the world champion. Like, who's the true world champion?
Right?
Just go back to calling it the WWE Championship now because you can't call it undisputed if there's another world champion.
I know. They still got to figure out this trade window. I like your idea. Trade window, you put a deadline on it, and then the draft is from NXT up, not anybody else, not Raw to SmackDown. You treat it like football does.
Well, apparently the trade deadline ends at the Rumble, so
Hmm.
because we found out last night that Zelina Vega has been moved via the transfer portal, but she was still able to be there with the LWO on Raw. And they said that it would go into effect on the Raw after the Rumble. So
Hmm. I wonder what they do with Vega. Does her husband come back amid all those rumors? Does she go back to being Andrade's manager?
you know, I think it's a perfect way to bring Charlotte back.
Hmm.
You know, you try to put her with Andrade, but Charlotte returns and she wants to be connected to her husband. So then you
Hmm.
get Zelina versus Charlotte feuding, which keeps Charlotte out of the title picture for the time being and gives them something of substance to do until Malachi Alistair Black is officially cleared from his TNA contract. Because from what I'm hearing via the dirt sheets, is that, yeah, he's not going to be on TV, but he won't be free of the contract until the end of April, beginning of March, or the end of February, beginning of March. So
Mm.
you build this up for like a month with the two of them feuding, and then here comes Alistair Black versus Andrade to kind of add to it. And
Hmm.
again, you keep Charlotte out of the women's title picture for right now. Maybe have her win Queen of the Ring since her gimmick is the Queen, anyways.
Hmm.
And that's how she gets her title opportunity at SummerSlam. Then it's not like she just comes back and is handed an opportunity because she's a Flair. She actually
Hmm.
has to earn it. And she earns it by winning Queen of the Ring, which furthers her Queen gimmick.
Husband and wife feud for a little bit. That'd be cool.
I mean, we haven't really had one of those for a while. It's like I would prefer to see Seth and Becky versus
Hmm.
Andrade and Charlotte,
Hmm.
but I'll settle for Andrade and Zelina versus Charlotte and, or Zelina and Alistair versus Charlotte and Andrade.
I think the last one was Seth and Becky against Miz and Maurice.
Miz and Maurice.
Uh,
But like you're getting so many relationships in the company right now, like we could actually
hmm.
do almost a mixed tag division because you got Candice and Gargano, you got
Hmm.
Trick and Lash,
Hmm.
you've got Tez and Bianca, Seth and Becky,
Hmm.
Zelina and Alistair, Charlotte and Andrade. You could bring back Maurice, do Miz and Maurice.
Hmm.
You could, there's like a lot of them there, really. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm sure there's some others that we're not even thinking about right now.
Hmm.
Like, you almost got an entire division right there of a mixed tag division as we get
Hey,
Briggs and Inamura backstage.
they used to do that thing on YouTube, that mixed tag thing.
Briggs giving Inamura a vest.
Is this a progressive commercial?
No, this is a segment there being
Uh,
sponsored by Progressive.
Said I want to welcome you into my home. That means a lot to me. They were a tag team, right?
They are now. They were rivals in Pro Wrestling Noah
Uh,
when Briggs went to go compete for that tournament. It's their version of like the G1, but they formed a bond over there, and now Inamura is over here on an excursion. Looks like we're trying to set up Briggs and Inamura to challenge for the NXT tag titles.
He just promised them that they're gonna get those belts.
I wouldn't mind seeing them dethrone Fraxium.
Mm.
Now we get our Vengeance Day rundown. Again, it'll be a triple threat for the NXT Women's Championship. Roxanne Perez versus Bayley versus Giulia. It'll also be Fallon Henley defending against Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's North American Championship at Vengeance Day.
Mm.
It'll
They
also be a
possi
triple threat for the Men's NXT Championship, as it'll be Grayson Waller versus Austin Theory versus Obafemi.
I don't know how that's gonna work with those two.
Didn't you just sit here saying you didn't want any more multi-man championship matches? Now we get two of them on the card. Like, what the hell?
Right?
I swear they did that just to screw you over.
Right?
Here we go. Coming to the ring right now, the challengers for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships.
Every time I
The
see their
Meta Girls.
every time I see their entrance, I feel like the Power Rangers are about to go back towards Zordon. Like they're gonna go. Like you remember when they got that little color and then they disappeared
Yes.
when they teleported?
There just wasn't a Purple Ranger, though.
Yeah.
There was a Green Ranger, but not a purple. But see, all these matches these girls are getting in the push, like, I don't want him back on TV, but where is Noam Dar been? He has
Hmm.
been MIA for a minute. Like, why doesn't he come back and help these girls get the victory? Help his girls get the title?
I don't know. I'm tired of them being named the Meta Girls. They need to come up with a better name.
Well, do you feel the glow, Walter? Because here comes one half of the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the imitator, the faker, Naomi.
Wouldn't it be ironic if she ends up going heel and everything after Jade just went face? We always wanted her in the bloodline. It's like, God damn it, why you guys always on the opposite side of the spectrum?
Hmm. And here comes the roughest, the toughest, the strongest, the baddest, Bianca Belair.
Bianca started
So,
from
so
there,
what's their team? The glowest?
I guessed.
It's like, yeah, we wanted Naomi to be part of the bloodline, and the bloodline are faces now, so her going heel wouldn't make sense. But like, nobody else makes sense for the attack on Jade Cargill except for Naomi. I know there's supposedly real life heat between Bianca and Jade, but Naomi just makes sense. And Triple H is about that long term storytelling.
Yeah, he sure is.
I'm so torn with this matchup because there's a part of me that wants to see the Meta Girls take the straps, and there's another part of me that wants to see Bianca retain.
Exactly. I'm a
It's
little
like,
torn
but
too.
if we're gonna get to the feud though with Jade and whoever, they've got to lose the straps though. I just don't want them to lose them to Liv and Raquel. I'd rather them lose them to these girls. They deserve it.
Yeah,
And I never thought I'd say that about Metaphor, but these girls freaking deserve it.
exactly.
Especially Lash. Like, Lash has done so much to bring these girls up.
Yep.
Naomi and Jakara starting off in the ring. Jakara with a leg scissors on Naomi. Naomi kicks up. Side headlock from Jakara. Takes Naomi over. Another leg scissors from Naomi to Jakara. Jakara kicks up this time. And we have a little bit of a standoff here, center of the ring.
Mm.
Naomi with an arm wrench, trying to get the dominant position. Jakara reaching for the ropes for a break, can't get it. Finally gets the other one, flips over, takes dominant control herself. Jakara showing that she is technically sound in the ring and shouldn't be taken lightly from Naomi.
Right.
Naomi with a reversal, uses her legs to drop Jakara down with the splits, then gives a double boot, gets a near fall, but Jakara back to the dominant position.
That was a cool move how she did that split.
Yep. Little booty shimmy to the face of Naomi before taking her over, gets a 2 count. Naomi with a pinfall gets a 1.5. Jakara kicks out.
Hmm.
Nice step up kick through from Naomi, dropping Jakara to the ring. And now Naomi trying to dominate. Arm wrench gets the tag to her partner. In comes the EST. Double team side rush and leg sweep drops Jakara Jackson. Double team elbow drop from the Glow Est. Bianca with the pinfall gets a 2.
Mm.
Bianca showing her strength, goes for the body slam, but Jakara able to counter out, and here comes Lash Legend. Lash is definitely going to give Bianca a run for her money with the strength here. Bianca giving a little bit in height. Lash looks like an Amazon next to Bianca Belair. She just throws her off of her back. But there's a reason Bianca is the strongest. Side belly to back sends Bianca up and over. Bianca takes Lash over with a belly to back suplex. Standing moonsault from Bianca, hooks the leg, gets a 2 count. Bianca goes for the Irish whip, but Lash able to reverse it. Sends Bianca into the corner. Bianca telling Lash to kiss her butt. Moonsault lands back on her feet. Bianca charges in, goes for the head scissors takedown, but Lash able to counter her.
That's a lot of woman. Lash
Yep.
Legend. Whew.
Lash uses her strength to turn Bianca into a backbreaker. And what is Lash going to go for here? Handspring moonsault gets a 2 count. Shades of Bianca Belair there, showing a little bit of Bianca's own repertoire against her. Look at this again.
Mm-hmm.
Lash going for a vertical suplex here. Bianca able to counter. Bianca lifts Lash up. Lash up able to counter. Leapfrog over Bianca. Both women go for a drop kick, have the same idea. Both women kip up, stand off in the middle of the ring. I think Bianca likes what she sees here. I think Bianca's reminded a little bit of herself in Lash Legend as we go to
Right.
commercial. Fuck television.
Well, at least it's picture in picture.
Yeah.
But again, food.
But yeah, I think Bianca sees a taller version of herself in Lash Legend here. Naomi
Mm-hmm.
with a blind tag. Double team maneuver here from the Glow Ist. Double vertical suplex takes Lash up and over. And Naomi with a jumping leg drop. Goes for a pinfall on Lash, gets a 2 count. Naomi with some kicks to the chest there of Lash, now going to the thighs, trying to Charlie horse her up. Naomi goes for an Irish whip, but Lash able to counter with her strength, sends Naomi into the ropes, goes for the clothesline, but Naomi goes for the slide underneath, catches her with a double back kick there.
Naomi flexibility
Naomi,
helping her because she could kick.
yep. Naomi off the ropes. Lash catches her, drops her face first into the turnbuckle, and Lash able to provoke Bianca in the ring. Referee trying to get Bianca out, allowing Jakara to work on Naomi in the opposite corner. Great heel work there by the Meta Girls, and Lash gets the tag into Jakara Jackson.
Are they really heels though? I like them, man. I mean, we're supposed to boo them, but
I mean, I think they've kind of gotten over as baby faces, but it's definitely a heel tactic they just did. So Jakara drops some knees in the face of Naomi, hooks the leg, gets a 2 count.
oh, by the way, for that Rumble thing, Safet said that the kickoff is 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. So it is 2 Pacific for
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Now Lash using Jakara as a weapon. Irish whips her into Naomi. Lash comes charging in, splash right to Naomi, drops her. Standing frog splash, hooks the legs for a 2 count.
Nice frog splash. These damn commercials, come on.
I think we're about to come back because we've got the distance shot on the picture in picture. They'll probably come back and zoom in. Yep, called that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Back with our main event match here for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Bianca Belair and Naomi defending against the Meta Girls, Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. Lash and Naomi in the ring right now. Lash with the dominant control, but Naomi getting some punches to the midsection of Lash here. Trying to get her off, but Lash just pulls her in and a single clothesline drops Naomi in the center of the ring. Lash throws Naomi into the middle turnbuckle, backs up a little bit, big splash into Naomi.
Mm.
Naomi, oh, what do we got here in the picture? We got Cora backstage. Looks like she's pissed going up to Ava.
She told Ava
Blockbuster from Naomi drops Lash, though.
we need to speak right now.
Both
What's that
women down,
about?
center of the ring. Referee checking on them both.
Call it now. They're gonna make that title match a fatal 4-way instead of a triple threat.
Lash with the tag to Jakara. Naomi tags in Bianca. Bianca comes in head of steam.
Bianca
Couple of
bat out of hell off that
tackles.
corner.
Drop kick takes down Jakara Jackson. Gives Lash a forearm in the corner for good measure. Bianca with the stalling vertical suplex.
I call that the trumpet suplex for her because she looks like when the bands play the trumpet and they lift their legs
Mm-hmm.
and stuff.
Shoulder tackle into the corner. And Bianca, full head of steam, like I said, gets those mounted corner punches 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lash comes in. Bianca moonsaults over her. Flying head scissors to Lash takes her up and over. Goes back against Jakara, but Jakara able to get the boot up. Bianca with a jumping forearm to Jakara. Now gorilla press slam. She's got
Man,
her up, just drops her center of
she
the
held
ring, showing the strength of Bianca Belair.
she held her up there for a while too.
Handspring moonsault off the ropes. Hooks the leg. 2 count only. Jakara able to kick out, and Bianca can't believe it there. She thought that was going to be it.
Dude, that looks good, but it looked like Bianca can do that. When Ivar did that shit last time, it's like a dude that size should not be doing that back
Yep.
spring thing.
Bianca gets the tag to Naomi. Naomi comes off the top with the kick. Lash in to break up the pinfall there.
She might have saved it for her team right there.
Bianca's setting Lash up for the KOD, but Lash able to grab the ropes there, not allowing Bianca to hit her signature move. Bianca set up and over. Forearm shot drops Bianca to the ground there behind her. Lash holding the ropes open. Jakara with the tope suicida through the ropes, taking out Bianca Belair.
Nice. She slid right in there perfectly too.
Naomi comes in with a high kick of her own, rocking Lash. Jakara drops her up across the top rope.
I lost
Jakara
it.
with a
Who's
sling
legal?
blade and gets the tag to Lash.
Okay, so Lash is legal.
Lash has Naomi set up. A wheelbarrow RKO, wheelbarrow cutter, hooks the legs, gets a 2 count before Bianca comes in for the save.
Oh, I thought they had it. They got me on that false finish. They got me.
All 4 women here showing up and showing out. Bianca with the spear to Jakara. Lash hoists Bianca up. Nice takedown slam. Lash trying to get Jakara hyped here. Lash sets Naomi up. Goes for a power bomb, but Naomi able to counter it into an X Factor. All 4 women down center of the ring here.
Is it an N factor for her? No, I'm kidding.
Fair enough, fair enough.
For a second, I couldn't even tell that she reversed it.
Naomi going for the tag on Bianca, but Lash able to prevent it. Step up Insiguri from Naomi, rocks Lash, but Lash answers with a big boot, dropping Naomi. Lash gets the tag to Jakara.
They're going for that wheelbarrow thing, I think.
But Naomi countering this time, gets to kick Jakara, shoves Lash into the ropes. Bianca drops the ropes down, so Lash falls to the outside. Spears Lash into the steel steps. Jakara in with Naomi. Rolls her up. Hooked her for a 2. Naomi counters, gets a 2. Tag to Bianca. Bianca now legal. Kick to the midsection of Lash, or to Jakara, excuse me. Both women have Jakara up for a double KOD.
Oh, it's over.
Bianca hooks the leg, 2, 3. That is it.
Notice this
But
Jakara.
what does that say about the Meta Girls that it took both women delivering the KOD to put Jakara down?
Says a lot. And notice that it's Jakara that took the loss and not Lash. I think the company's bigger on Lash. I think they're really behind Lash.
Bianca holding up both tag team titles and just gave one to Naomi. And that's going to do that.
WWE transmission. That's okay. That was just. I think there was more to come. Vengeance Day. What was that tease? Okay, that was different.
That was different. Wonder if that's where we're going to get the reveal. You know, somebody got taken out of action. Vengeance would definitely be on their mind.
Mm-hmm.
So that is going to wrap it up for our watch along coverage for tonight's NXT broadcast from Center Stage in Atlanta, Georgia. For Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Thanking y'all for joining us and tuning in tonight. Make sure you guys tune in for Simply Predicting on Thursday as we predict the Royal Rumble, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Make sure you guys tune in Friday night for our watch-along coverage of VIP Wrestling and the Queen's Gambit tournament. Again, if you want to watch that action along with us, you can view it one of 2 ways. You can either buy it as a pay-per-view via Title Match Network for $9.99, or you can subscribe to Title Match Network for $14.99 a month and get access to that show and everything else that they have to offer. I recommend the $15 option because they've got some great content on there. And then Saturday will be our coverage of the Royal Rumble. 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific for that. I don't know. Depending on how we're feeling that day, we may go at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific, just because even though there's 4 matches, there's so much to get into for the Rumble with statistics and what ifs. We may end up doing an hour pre-show for that. We'll just have to see how Walter and I feel. Because you know Noah. He'll come in at either the half hour or the quarter till mark.
Yeah.
So,
You know it.
so what's your simple take from this?
Look into the future. What's gonna happen? That ending has me very, very, very curious as to where they're going for it. And just like you said, it could be the whole uh tease of someone who just got hurt, and then Naomi was holding the titles and Bianca. But I'm glad the Meta Girls got a good showing. But I really felt like the company's really behind Lash. Like they kept her strong, and she didn't eat the pin. And I want to know
Yeah,
what that whole Cora Jade thing was. That was just at the end. Like, what the hell is that about? Like, are you gonna turn the women's title into a four-way now?
don't know.
Like NXT loves multi-person matches. Like it's starting to become a thing. Like,
When you've got such strong divisions,
mhm,
and I'm primarily focusing on the women here because I don't feel like the men have a strong enough division.
mhm,
That's why Oba's got A-Town Down Under.
mhm.
But when you have such a strong women's division, how do you not do multi-person matches? You've got so many women that are deserving of the spots. Kind of got to do something with them. You can't just if you consistently do one-on-ones, then you leave out people.
That's true.
You almost have to consistently do multi-people matches with the women because they've got such a stacked roster.
Mhm.
And now with the TNA crossover, that's even more women that get added to that.
That's true.
I am surprised we didn't see any TNA crossover tonight.
Yeah.
That really caught me off guard. I thought for sure we were going to see Ace Austin.
Yeah. That's true. That would have made sense to bring Ace Austin in there. Lord, Jeff just messaged me. Wow. Did he message you?
Yes, just got it.
Mhm.
Yeah, first I saw Josh posted in the no DQ chat, and then Jeff just sent it to me with our logos and everything.
Yep.
So if you want to go ahead and add that in real quick, we can throw that up to promote it. And there you go. Clash in Paris, Sunday, August 31st. So that'll be after SummerSlam. It looks like we get 2 August pay-per-views, PLEs this year. And SummerSlam is going to be the first 2-nighter. So technically, we get 3 PLEs in August this year.
Ooh, they should make that the NXT pay-per-view then. Like on
Maybe.
that weekend. NXT. Who knows what they're gonna do with that relationship? That's awesome. The hits keep on coming, huh?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, NXT's on fire right now. The whole industry is on fire. If TK can just get his shit together, it'll be all even across the board.
Yep. Something we talked about today. It's just a good time in general to be a wrestling fan.
Definitely.
So that's going to wrap it up then. Again, we'll see you guys on Thursday for Simply Predicting. Walter, are you going to be there for that?
Yeah.
All right, so you'll definitely see us and the Simple Man on Thursday night. Who else will be joining us? Don't know. Will we get Los Dominguez? Will my daughter pop in? We don't know. So you'll just have to tune in 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Thursday, 7:30 Pacific, following TNA's broadcast of Impact. And we predict the Rumble. And then again, you've got our coverage of VIP Wrestling on Friday. You've got our watch long coverage for the Rumble Saturday. So lots of stuff coming up this weekend. Make sure you subscribe to this man. If you haven't already, he only needs like 8 subscribers now to get to that 100 mark. Help him out so we can get him there in time for the Rumble.
Definitely. But again, thanks to everybody who's watching. Subscribe to all of us, because we couldn't do this without you guys. We need your help, but definitely.
Yep. So once again, from Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz, I am the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. Thank you for having tuned in for our NXT broadcast. We'll see you guys on Thursday.